Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope this video finds you all well and good. As you remember, in our last video, I had reattached the steering box to the car. It had been torn off, so we did some welding, we got it reattached, and I left off where I thought I was just going to service the front end, but there's just a little bit more to it than that. Oh. Alright, lighting's not the best, but we're going with it. So it turns out one of my kingpins is seized, which has been, well, that's not a good thing. In order to service the kingpins, and the reason they're probably seized, is you have to remove the brake caliper because it's in the way of the grease nipple. That's unfortunate. I can get a 90-degree grease nipple or 45, but I don't have one today. So in order to get the caliper off, you have to take the tires off. Take the tires off, take the caliper off, grease the kingpins. Maybe we're gonna have to use a little heat, but hopefully we can get that passenger side kingpin to free up. Watch here how much the suspension is moving as the seized joint resists turning. So you can imagine how much force was applied to the steering box when this joint seized. And with the weak welds on the mounts, it's not hard to figure out how that box got ripped off. But did you spot the other problem? I didn't notice it until later in the day after I had finished filming this video and was reviewing footage. But watch this A-arm on the bottom here while the joint tries to move. You can clearly see there that it's loose, and had I not spotted that eventually would have just loosened right off and the whole suspension would have fell apart. So if you did spot it, don't worry, I later fixed it off camera. By switching back and forth between working the joint and adding grease, I did eventually get the top kingpin to free up, but the bottom kingpin was a little harder to get going. Alright, so like I say, last episode, we could not get this joint right here to take grease. So, it is moving, so at some point we should be able to get some grease in there. We're just going to take the propane torch here, and we're going to apply some heat. And it should expand this collar, which is just kind of holding over a pin. Make a little bit more room in there. Plus what it's also going to do is heat up that grease and make it a lot thinner. And hopefully it can get in there, and then as it starts to accept grease, we can just keep pumping it and rotating and try to flush out all what I'm assuming is rust. Once you get warm enough, you see the grease on the other side starting to smoke. All right, so this is the spot where it was sticking. So let's see if it takes grease. Yes, it is. Oh my goodness, that is just a bunch of rust in there. All right, so we got the proper nipples on there now, so it's easy to service. We got everything's taken grease, everything's greased. Let's straighten this out. I got to clean up the brake pins. These are supposed to be nice and shiny. I've got some lithium grease to put on there. But other than that, the brakes look like they're going fine. The brake pads are wearing evenly, so everything's working. Let's get it all back together. Okay, so next step, we've just got to clean up these pins, and all I have here is just a kitchen pot scrubber. Clean it up, smooth it out, doesn't have to be perfect. So now once the right hand side was all freed up and running, we just go do the whole same thing on the left hand side. Make sure she's all cleaned out, taking grease, put on 45-degree grease nipple so in the future it'll be easy to service, and check over the brakes. But like I did mention, after I got everything all back together and off camera, I did go back and tighten up that A-arm. And I think just this winter when I'm not driving it, I'm gonna go through everything and rebuild the front end and see what kind of work I can get done on the frame. There's some modifications I'd like to make. But alright guys, we're gonna call her quits here. Thanks for checking out another one of my videos. Like I always say, stay safe, get out there and have yourself some fun, and as always, get yourself out on an adventure. Life's too short.